I'm struggling to pull up my own streams because it says I'm. Oh, there we go. There we are. Could do my live chat. Welcome to everyone joining in. Very different stream today, if I do say so myself. Today, I'm working on the Mona Lisa. And as you can tell, I've got a lot of progress to still make, and I think today I'm just going to focus on her hair. Hello, Xavier. You're the first person to join. And I'm just slowly working through the hair. Hello, Flash. Thank you. This one has been a doozy. Quite the doozy, if I do say so myself. It's a little bit different because I feel like my phone stand's actually kind of actively getting in the way today. It's one of the reasons why I have the pop-out chat. I think. Yeah, it's significantly more awkward for me to stream the classic Etch A Sketch, so I do it incredibly sparingly. But this is what's been keeping me from streaming here the last few days. So I thought, you know what? At least I could share what I'm working on. Thank you, Gavin. Da Vinci. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Much love right back at you. So this is what I'm going to be working on. And frankly, I always feel like with the long form pieces, nobody wants to watch the process of it being created, like the basics, so. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, Sebastian. You want me to shake it? I don't think you could pay me enough to shake it, Kansas. Welcome to everyone joining in, though. My goodness, we've got quite an audience tuning in for this one, huh? Turns out, and this is where I am, by the way. I'll have a little pointer so that I can point to the stylus. There we are. Make a full circle. I actually have a whole tutorial video on that if you would like to see a circle. I could grab another Etch A Sketch because people are asking for brief demos left and right. There we go. Hello, Ratelia. Here, you want a circle? I can't do it on this drawing for understandable reasons. You want me to make a circle? Okay. It's a little harder to do when my hand here. I'll just set the Etch A Sketch down. You want a circle, you'll get a circle. There's your circle. Welcome to everyone joining in. Thank you, Fortnite. And thank you, Carrie. Ah, P. Gaston, you made me smile with your lovely comment. How do I do that? A lifetime of practice. Isn't that the most boring answer? I started drawing on an Etch A Sketch when I was 4 and I never stopped. A stitch tattoo. Welcome. Thank you for all the subscriptions. If you'd like to watch, if you do ! Mona Lisa, you can see a video of a vertical orientation Mona Lisa that I did, I think about 2 years ago at this point. So I'm just working on her hair if you're wondering where I am with this drawing. Hey, we hit 151 viewers. By the way, if you'd consider double tapping the screen, that is a fantastic and free way to show your support on tonight's YouTube live stream. To Brenda, I'm not taking requests today, but if you would like to have your request rendered in a future stream, I encourage you to send a super chat donation. I really only consider super chat donation requests these days, but I'm not doing requests on this stream, so you'll have to come in a future stream for We're getting a lot of creative spellings of Mona Lisa today. So the one that you're seeing linked is a previous Mona Lisa I've done that's vertical orientation, so I had to rotate the reference photo 90 degrees. I am drawing this with this thing, Fortnite. This is me here. You can see. Do you need more proof? Oh, here's me using the knobs of the Etch A Sketch. I've got the reference photo sitting here. So now you'll see me more easily rotating the knobs. I'll set a little. Would you like it to be Do you like this view where it's a little farther away, or would you prefer that I get closer to the drawing? So vote yes for keep it as it currently is, no for zoom in more, okay? Yes, keep it where it is, no, zoom in more. You get to decide. I'll leave the poll up for a minute or so. And I'm working on the hair, for anybody wondering. So a lot of people say yes, that they'd like it to stay at the current zoom where you can see the hands. This is true. Yeah, horizontal dial and vertical dial. It actually says it. What do I look like? You could always check out my page to see that. I don't have a dual camera system set up right now, as I'm just working on the hair of the Mona Lisa. Well, make sure to let your voice heard. Vote in the poll, yes for if you'd like it to stay at its current point, no for if you'd like me to zoom in more, okay? Thank you, Princess V. Hey, I'm a princess too. I'll tell you what, if I get a super chat that says zoom in or out, I'll do what the super chat says. So, if you'd like it to zoom in, you could let your voice be heard with money. Otherwise, I'm gonna go with the poll. You would like to see me do it again? Draw the Mona Lisa again? Then exclamation point Mona Lisa to see another Etch A Sketch drawing I've done of the Mona Lisa. So I'm working on her hair right now. Thank you, Kathy. Wow, Matara. Thank you very much. It'd have to be a really big earthquake, Jada. I actually made a video about that too. A lot of people have a theory that an earthquake would easily take out an Etch A Sketch drawing, so. To Billy Bob, I started drawing on an Etch A Sketch when I was around 4. Around the age of 9, I kind of got the hang of it, and then I kept practicing ever since then. And the more I practiced, the better I got. I'm going to end the poll in a moment because I think a lot of people are a little bit confused, so I'm going to make it a little bit more clear for people, okay? I'm leaving it at its current zoom rate, so zoom in closer. There we go. It helps when I put the question. There you go. So yes is zoom in closer. DJ just sent $1. Thank you, DJ. Do you have a preference? Because you didn't leave a message with your super chat, so let me know, DJ. Thank you for being the first donor of the stream today. Drop some MVPs to DJ. And kudos to my lovely moderators. I'm doing great. How are you, James? It's the support of viewers like you that allow me to continue pushing the limits of Etch A Sketch. I am not accepting moderators at this time because I already have a fantastic team. And thank you to all the people who double tap that screen. How kind of you. Yes, Serena just linked how to become a moderator if you're so inclined. To anybody who'd like to become a moderator, the first thing you have to do is join the Discord. Thank you, Emma. You're doing good, James. I'm glad to hear. To Dilbert, check out the link that Nightbot shared. So, Mona Lisa is spelled M-O-N-A-L-I-S-A. Being a mod is overrated, says JG. And honestly, I think a lot of people would agree with that. Thankfully, my mods don't feel that way. Thank you, Maverick. And Billy Bob, I'm glad you're enjoying the wholesome vibes here. Thought I'd put on some nice classical music to really fit with the vibe of a Mona Lisa Etch A Sketch drawing. If you're ever interested, Kathy, in learning how to use an Etch A Sketch, and you have an Etch A Sketch of your own or want to get one, you can do exclamation point tutorials for some free YouTube tutorial videos I've posted here. Alright, I'm going to be ending this poll in 1 minute, okay? We've got 1 minute on the timer, so make your voice heard if you haven't yet voted in the poll, okay? Thank you, Link. I so sincerely appreciate that compliment. To Jazzy, if you'd like to learn how, you could always check out tutorials, but yes, it is something that took me years to learn how to do, so. But I guess I'm the living embodiment of if you stick with something long enough, you might surprise yourself. Thank you, Ethan. All right, this poll will be ending in 23 seconds, so make your final voice heard. I never got an answer from DJ, so I will be zooming in because there's 77% vote. I sure have second coming. If you check out my YouTube, go to my shorts and sort by most popular, you'll find a Starry Night Etch A Sketch I think you'll really enjoy. Or if a moderator feels so inclined, you're welcome to share the link in the chat to the YouTube short. All right, the poll is ending. And it looks like people would like me to zoom in closer. So you'll no longer see my hands, but you will see the Etch A Sketch and the drawing a little bit better. If you'd like, I can kind of angle it a little bit, where you can see one of the knobs turning. Let me know if you prefer. I'll leave it at this for a little bit, but if we get a lot of pushback on it being on an angle, I can always update it again. Sync just claimed I'm based. What an honor. Thank you, Sync. I appreciate that. So I'm just... In fact, I think I should make the curls just a little bit more curly. You're lagging, Suzette. I encourage you to exit and re-enter the stream if you're having issues with this. MM2, thank you, thank you. You have a friend that can draw? James and Riley? They're good? We have the same talent. Do they draw an Etch A Sketch? There are very few practicing Etch A Sketch artists out there, but there is a small community. I should keep it straight. A few people are saying straight. I'll put it up to another poll. Welcome to everyone joining in. We have 365 lovely viewers. When did that happen? All right, I'll put up another poll for you since you are all interested in a should I stream at an angle, or I'll say, which angle do you prefer? There we go. How about that? Which angle do you prefer? Setting up the poll right now. Straight, S-T-R-A-I-G-H-T, straight on, or current angle. All right, I'll have this poll going for 3 minutes. When you hear the timer go off, I'll put the poll down here so you can see the timer in the corner. All right, let your voice be heard in the poll. A lot of people seem to be preferring straight on, even though that means you will lose access to seeing the knobs turning. So the decision is yours, everybody. And then this is where I am in the drawing. I see there's a lot of reflection from the screen up here, though. So I can understand. I bet if I angle it like this, you guys would be happier, though. How about that? Let me grab a little tape. That's better? This is true, Honkerdoodles. If I do shake, it can add some shading, but that's not a technique that I often employ. All right. You can see the details better now? All right. 63% are saying straight on. I don't know if you can change your vote. Taco Cat, thanks so much. What a fun username. I love that it's a palindrome. And thank you, Doritos, bro. What's your favorite kind of Dorito? Because I have some Cool Ranch right now, but nacho cheese is pretty good. Thank you, Aaron, and welcome to everyone joining in. If this is your first time here, my name is Jane. I'm Princess Etch. I'm an Etch A Sketch artist, and you are currently watching me several hours into this Mona Lisa rendition, so I'm very grateful to hear that you all are enjoying seeing this created. I'm currently working on the hair. The stylus is right here right now. To Honkerdoodles, I already responded to your comment, so make sure not to spam too much, because my moderators will mute you if you spam too much. She doesn't really have eyebrows. See? Like, this isn't even, like... This is a copy. I printed out a grayscale and a color. So, yeah, Mona Lisa doesn't really have eyebrows. Isn't that something? Toad901, thank you. Well, I'm thrilled to see that people are resonating with this drawing tonight. It's been my life's work for the last week or two. Isn't that strange? Yeah, she doesn't have eyebrows. She's like the reverse of Frida Kahlo. Thank you, Peter. She used to, but they wore off? Really? Is that true, Laura? Wow. Okay. I did change. I'm gonna reset the pull. I so apologize. A lot of people said straight on, but I did change the angle after I started the pull. So I'm gonna set up the pull one more time, because this is what, well, yeah, see, when we go straight on, now we get the glare from the light. So I'm setting up the pull. I do apologize. I'm gonna end the pull and restart it because I did change aspects before I did that. So this is what the angle looks like, okay? This is what an angled... Whoa, what's up, Narinos? Thank you for that nobility chat. 1:44 in the morning there. When will you do the viewer suggestions again? Nice art tonight. Going to sleep in 15 minutes. No worries, Narinas. Or I think you did say it was Narinjas, right? Feel free to correct me. So viewer suggestions will not be tonight, but ideally I will host a stream tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So what I'm gonna do is, Eva, I got paid way more than $100 to work on this drawing, so you gotta pay me way more than that to shake it. So I'm gonna reset the poll. Yes, Narinjas, perfect, okay. So I'm resetting the poll, so remember, this is what the angle looks like, and this is what straight on looks like, okay? Straight on is this, angle is this, okay? So, one more time. This one I'll let it stick, okay? Now you all saw it. Straight on. And I'll put has glare. Current angle. And then I'll put no glare. If I had the ability to let moderators set up polls, I surely would let them, but alas, there's only so much I can control. I do make these for people, the second coming. This is actually a commission. Glare adds flair. That's fun. We love seeing those crowns and green usernames in the chat too. Thank you to the support of viewers like Narinjas who allow me to continue pursuing this as a career. Shake and you will send me 500. First off, the super chat has to come first. Second off, I got paid $2,500 to work on this commission, so you gotta pay me at least $2,500 to restart this bad boy. You pressed the wrong button. Alas, it's a close pull right now. Do I shake away invasive thoughts? Well, unfortunately my brain is not like that of a human Etch A Sketch. Do I have a shop? I do, as a matter of fact. That's very kind of you to ask. Can a moderator please link my Etsy in the chat? Highly encourage those who are watching to check out my Etsy if you're interested in ordering a permanent Etch A Sketch commission of your own. If you'd like to know how my art is made permanent, you can always do !permanent to see the process. And I'm working on the hair. So I will set the timer for 1 more minute, and when that timer expires, I will change the angle according to what this poll's results are. Apologies to those who participated in the previous polls. To It's You Boy, we know that you can't send that much, so I'm just gonna not erase it. Ethan, I am crazy. Thank you for recognizing that. And thank you, Claire, for pinging the permanent link if anyone's interested in seeing the process for how I make my art permanent. I will just continue working on the hair tonight, slowly but surely. It's all about layering the line, going back and forth. We're about to get a good storm here. Like good crazy. I hear you, Ethan. I hear you. You're under the weather? No, 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 no. It's totally fine, Ethan. And there we go. So I am actually continuing the hair. I'm right here. So I'm going to keep working on it. I think I'm going to be working on this area next and then coming around here. But I might decide to just skip over there. All right, we're going to end the poll, and it looks like straight on wins. So you will no longer see the knobs, but what I can do... Oh, I kind of like the angle as is. There we go. Okay. I think you all understand the context. Welcome to everybody joining in. My name is Jane. I'm Princess Etch. I'm an Etch A Sketch artist. If you're interested in finding out what the heck I do and why I do it and how I do it, you can always check out any of my gajillion YouTube videos here. But I am thrilled to see that you have joined my YouTube stream tonight, where I am working on finishing this Mona Lisa. I am currently right there. That's where the stylus is. I'm working on the hair. No one can pay me enough money to shake this tonight, everybody. If you keep spamming that, you're just gonna get booted from the stream. Oh, chili heat waves is your favorite flavor of Doritos, bro. I'm sorry I didn't see your comment earlier. What did I do to her face? I Etch A Sketched it. This is what... There we go. I'm probably 6 or 7 hours into this so far. There we go. To Ethan, exclamation point permanent to learn how I ship my art without it shaking away. It shakes a lot when I ship it, but I make them permanent by removing the powder from inside. And if you want to see what the process looks like, I have a video that demonstrates it. Oh, that's how much it will take, 50,000 or more. I mean, sure. Yeah, 50 grand. If somebody wants to send me 50 grand to shake this on stream, it's not possible to send that much on a live stream, so let's just assume that no one can pay any money to ship it. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Alora on this one. Let's not body shame. I haven't done any of the shadow definition yet. I've just laid out the base level, so it might look a little bit different than the final piece. What's my PayPal? Exclamation point PayPal. Tell me if you send me money on PayPal. I'll let you know if I actually receive any funds from people on PayPal, because it's rare to happen, but exclamation point PayPal. Nick Hatchet, you're like this close to getting kicked from the stream. Thank you, Serena, for pinging my PayPal. What did I Etch A Sketch for Cartoon Network? If you go to my website, you can see a link to the project I did for their Instagram. Is their Instagram still active on Cartoon Network? I feel like it is. Is the Cartoon Network Instagram still active? Can someone tell me that? I did a project for The Amazing World of Gumball. Thank you, King Ghidorah. Is that your favorite monster in the Godzilla universe? Everything I know about Godzilla was from Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee for the GameCube. Pretty cool game. It is your favorite? Hey, Serena would like me to go back to angled. Ooh. All right, I'm apt to agree with those who send the super chat, so if you'd like to switch it back, you can always make your voice heard with the super chats. Thank you, Serena. I'll put it back to angled for 5 minutes. If I get too much flack for it, I might switch it back, Serena, okay? But I'll stick to 5 minutes, and we could keep an eye on what people say. I like the angle, personally, because I think that the angle mitigates that. There we go. I'll switch this back here. I think it mitigates all of the... why is this not sticking in here? Sorry, everybody. Oh my god, why is this as difficult as it is? Whatever. Yeah. Imagine I had the opportunity to send an Etch A Sketch art piece back in time to the creator for the first box art. What will my choice be? Probably A Starry Night. I know it's a little derivative, since it's like, you know, a recreation of a masterpiece, but I feel like sending A Starry Night back in time to 1959 to let the creator of Etch A Sketch, Andre Cassan, know what Etch A Sketch is capable of, I think that could be a powerful marketing tool for the classic toy. really expand the horizons of what people are aware of at first glance. I started drawing on an Etch A Sketch when I was around 4 years old, Ethan. Avalon, thank you so much for that highlighted message that you get from your membership. And thank you for the lovely compliment. So I just finished the base level of hair at this point here. So now I'm going to move my stylus up here. And I think I'll start working on some of the hair on the top. In fact, nah, I'm feeling more like I want to work over here. So to do that, why the eyebrows look so sad? I don't know. Ask Leonardo da Vinci. So I'm just going to come around this way. Hey, Toby. Nick is trying to pretend to dox me, which is not funny, so I'm going to get rid of him. That's not funny to just post random IP addresses in the chat. That's really messed up. So let's not make a habit of that. Oh, McHatchet, it would be an honor. I've actually had a few of my pieces in a museum. If you check out some of my most recent YouTube community posts, you can check out my, my pieces in the Illinois State Museum a few years ago. So I've had a couple pieces in a couple museums. Do I game? I do game a little bit, although I'm predominantly a Pokemon / Nintendo / retro gamer. If you do ! Favorite video games, you can see some of my favorites. Oh, thank you, Ethan. I'm going to be doing a lot of shading on this point, too. So right now the stylus is over here, so I'm going to make my way around and work on the hair on the left side now. Thank you, Gremlins. And welcome to everyone joining in. If this is your first time here, if you could show me a little love by double tapping the screen, that is such a fantastic and free way to show your support tonight on YouTube. It means the world to me and every other live streamer that streams on this lovely little platform. So I am currently right here, traveling across just past the cleavage line. And I'm traveling my way up. There we go. How can I read the comments too? Great question, Princess. Every time I look up at a reference photo that's on my computer screen, I have a pop-out chat on my computer, and I'm reading them through that because it's too hard to read them directly on my phone. I do miss some comments, unfortunately. Have a good night, Narinjas. But I do see a lot of comments at once when I do that. To anybody who would like to guarantee their request for a future stream, you're always welcome to do so by going to my PayPal and sending $10. Why not? I'll check my PayPal because that one person asked about my PayPal. I doubt I got any money through PayPal, but who am I to assume? I did not get money through PayPal as far as my records go. Let's see, I'm checking the PayPal. I'm double checking. How did I do that? Lots and lots of practice. Yes, I switched to all messages, yeah. My computer and my phone like to default to top messages. Okay, let's continue traveling north. You've all been so patient. So there's where the stylus is, that little white spot. I can confirm I have not received any PayPal payments. Okay. Thank you, Carlissa. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Thank you, Buddha Hat. Yeah, she's looking a little, like, full-figured, but honestly, I think the Mona Lisa herself is a bit full-figured. Alright, looks like we haven't gotten a lot of complaints about the angle, so I'm going to keep it for now. But this is what the original rendition looks like. And what I'm going to be doing is, like, I'm going to be doing additional shading here to sculpt out these portions of her face more, which I think will provide a little bit more of, like... It will further define the angles of her face. I am from the US, yes. Okay. If I miss your message, I do sincerely apologize. As you could tell, I'm splitting my focus a fair amount. The stylus is right here right now, and I'm gonna fill in some of these curves. And I feel like in the reference photo, they're actually a little bit wider. And the cool thing about Etch A Sketch is it's a very additive medium, and you can kind of draw on top of previously drawn lines. Have I ever worked with the Toy Hall of Fame in New York? I have not, Alora. Thank you for, by the way, your continued membership. I have not. The Strong Museum of Play is one of my dream clients, though. I have reached out to them once or twice in the past, but have never made any meaningful contact with them. It's a dream to someday work with the Strong Museum of Play in Rochester, New York. So I'm just working on the curves here for anybody wondering. You want to mess it up, Scratch? I'm sure a lot of people do. To Princess, no. This is an all or nothing medium. There's no way for me to erase my mistakes except for starting over. So, as you can surmise, it's a bit of a high stakes medium. You don't care about what, Scratch? There we go. Thank you, Lele. And thank you, Howard. So, great question. There is a way to save it. Exclamation point permanent if you want to see my process. So if I were to drop it, it would not erase. But this one is currently not permanent yet. I make them permanent after I finish the drawings. There we go. I really like how this is filling out here. And so I'm just building her hair on the left side of her visage. You can tell that I'm trying to skip your comment, but good job. Cap Cutie, I need you to understand that I'm reading comments while I can see them, okay? So you're taking things very personally when we've got 122 lovely individuals in the room and my eyeballs are splitting between looking at my reference photo, the drawing, and occasionally looking up at the chat. So your frustration about me not seeing your comment is entitlement to experiencing a one-on-one conversation with me, which I cannot provide. I apologize that I can't see everyone's comments, but you gotta be like really understanding about that, you know? Like, I'm a human being and I only have one set of eyeballs, so. Right now I'm really focusing the set of eyeballs on doing the Etch A Sketch drawing, because that's the entertainment that I'm providing today, but like, I try to read the chat while I can. So, check yourself before you wreck yourself, you know? A lot of people are asking for me to, that is cray, isn't it? A lot of people are asking me to do other requests, and I'm not taking other requests today, but feel free to tune in for future streams if you're interested in seeing me draw something else on an Etch A Sketch. Thank you, Avalon, for pinging the how long ping for Edens, who just asked how long it took me to learn how to draw on an Etch A Sketch. Now, I'd say after a few months of practice, you can really get the hang of it. It's more like a muscle memory you develop. Thank you again to my lovely moderators for answering questions on my behalf that I might be missing. Thank you, Raul. I appreciate that. Alright. And thank you to everybody who's been leaving lovely comments. I do apologize if I missed some of your comments, but I really appreciate those of you who are patient enough to understand me. There we go. You speak Portuguese? Unfortunately, I don't speak Portuguese, but it's nice to have you here, and I hope you understand me. So I've been doing this as my full-time career for the last 8 years. June 1st, 2016 is the first day that I started venturing into a career as a full-time professional Etch A Sketch artist. What other cartoons have I drawn? So many. I encourage you to check out my my YouTube videos, especially shorts. You're gonna see so many videos for various cartoons and anime and video games and all that. Am I taking donations for the next drawing? Great question, Dog. So on this stream, it's not a request stream, but feel free to join for future streams. The requests that I do are on this size Etch A Sketch. This is actually a former Etch A Sketch drawing that I did as a request on a YouTube stream. So this is the kind of request that I usually take during YouTube streams. It's been a hard-earned dream, Gremlins. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's had its peaks and valleys. As you can imagine, the Etch A Sketch artist economy is a little bit crazy. There are occasions in the world where it's hard for the world to provide a need for Etch A Sketch artistry, but I try to fill that need whenever it arises. And I try to manufacture the need by creating art and offering commissions and all that. Thank you, Izuku Midoriya. I've seen a little My Hero. I can do paper drawings. Yes, I actually have a degree in illustration. I draw, I paint. I've worked digitally, worked in multiple media, but Etch A Sketch is my favorite. Sorry if it's wiggling around a little bit. I should probably tape this down, huh? If you wouldn't mind, I'm going to grab a piece of tape for a moment. One moment. This will make it more stable and more efficient for me. Thank you, Ella. I appreciate it. Thank you, S. Guzman. This is your first super on a live stream as well. What an honor. Thank you for your kind support today. Drop some MVPs to S. Guzman. Let me throw a little love right back at you. Thank you so much again. I'm thrilled that my work is resonating with people today. Will I shake it on stream? I will not be shaking this drawing on stream. This is a commission for a customer, so I'll be making it permanent. Although I'm sure the stream would love seeing me destroy my work. I do destroy other pieces during streams, but not this one today. This one's a commission. All right, now it's taped down. It's not going anywhere, hopefully. Thank you, Ella. How long did it take? So I started when I was 4. I've been playing with an Etch A Sketch since I was a very young child, and I never stopped. So I am 32 now. You are witnessing 28 years of basically uninterrupted experience. Thank you, Mia. I so sincerely appreciate that comment, Gremlins. That's very kind of you to say. I think one thing that Mercury Stardust says is you're worth the time it takes to learn a new skill. And I think that can count for Etch A Sketch and other things as well. How do you make it permanent? Thank you, Alora, for linking the video if you'd like to see how I make my art permanent. It's always easier to show than to tell. That way you can really understand what's going on. Supabuga says it's fake. I like your username, though. Feel free to check out my my entire history of YouTube videos on my website that prove that what I do is not fake. You can't click the link? Then look for how I make my art permanent. Hey, you love Mercury Stardust. Awesome. Muchas gracias, Mexicano. Some people might have issues clicking on the link. I do apologize if that's the case. If you'd like to watch on the, if you just search on YouTube for how I make my art permanent, you'll find my video. Thank you, Lika. I appreciate it. How many Etch A Sketches do I think I've gone through? Ooh, over 1,000. Over 1,000. Because I sell them and I make them permanent and I work at live events. So I've definitely done over 1,000 pieces, but I think I've made over 1,000 like drawings for others. I'm just working on the hair on the left side if anyone's curious. That's where I am. Thank you, Jules. To anyone who can't open the link, I'll say one last time that you can just search on YouTube for how I make my art permanent. I cannot help that the link is not clickable by everybody. I do apologize. That might be a newer update to YouTube. We all knew it was going away eventually, right? It was too good to last. Anytime a feature is too useful, usually social media platforms find a way to nerf them. That's a really weird comment. She looks like she's about to throw up. Well, okay. This is a work in progress, so we'll see if you feel that way when it's completed. Stay tuned. I don't think I'm going to finish it on this stream, but I'm going to make some good progress on it. Does it hurt my hands? After a while, it can cause some neck and shoulder pain. Descriptions are the place for links. Well, I can't really... I mean, I've got my description in my... There's like a default description that YouTube generates, but YouTube also allows for bots to share links, so that was a built-in feature that YouTube offered. So I think YouTube would disagree with that statement. I do not get Etch A Sketches for free. I place bulk shipments for the smaller ones, and I purchase all of my Etch A Sketches at retail usually, especially this size. I special ordered this one because it's a vintage unit. Hey, to anyone playing Etch A Bingo, we got a Therian in the chat. Nightbot doesn't like too many links shared, I think. I see. Maybe that's what it is. We hit our threshold. Well, basically, I disassemble the Etch A Sketch, remove that pesky powder from inside, and bada bing, bada boom. Put it back together, and there's nothing left to recoat the screen. If I mess up, if it's a small mistake, there's things I can do to kind of cover it up. If it's a big mistake, I can do like an angled erase where I like hold the Etch A Sketch on an angle and then try to shake it from there. But it's not an exact science, and it will take out a lot more of the drawing than I anticipate, and it may not sufficiently erase. So the easiest thing to do is to flip that Etch A Sketch right onto its belly and shake, shake, shake. If you haven't yet considered doing so, it'd mean the world to me if you considered double tapping that screen if you're enjoying the stream. How much time for the sketch? So far, I'm probably about 8 hours into it. I think that's fair to say. We're 41 minutes. You saw what I accomplished in 41 minutes, but this is only the first layer. There will be more. The additional layers may not be as entertaining for people to watch though, so I'll probably do that off stream. So now I'm just going to focus on some other shading, like I think I'm going to get part of her dress here. I'm doing pretty good. How are you today, Zombie Stew? It's cutting out and you can't hear? Do other people have that issue? We must think they're being sarcastic. Ah, princess. Perhaps. I don't know what that means, N, so I'm gonna probably say no. Alright. I did make that bubbles. I'm working on it right now. There we go. Glad to hear that others aren't having issues. It's possible someone's got Wi-Fi problems. Thank you, Ravinder. Is there a favorite sketch that I prefer doing? I love doing recreations of famous masterpieces like the one I'm working on right now, but I love drawing cartoons, anime, memes, a lot of like pop culture things. Truly, there's so many things I love drawing on an Etch A Sketch. If you're interested in seeing some of my favorite works to draw on an Etch A Sketch, I encourage you to check out some of my other videos here on YouTube. Thank you, Serena, for linking my Discord. If you'd like to join my Princess Etch Discord server, I highly encourage you to do so. It's a cool community full of a lot of awesome people, and it's also the fantastic place for you to be informed about when I go live yet. I do free drawing requests on occasional streams, so if you'd like to get in on that, there's a possibility. Do I like ducks? I sure do, Mr. Duck. What an honor to have you here on stream. Have a good night, second. I'm not taking requests today, but if you join my Discord, you'll be informed about the next time I go live on YouTube. Or you can always subscribe. Okay, so how am I going to do this one? I think what I want to do is start... This is a base layer. It's not going to make a lot of sense because it's just going to be these horizontal lines. And sometimes this is all I need to do. But what I want to do is make this area a lot darker. So I'm creating horizontal lines here to create essentially a base coat of shading that I'm going to be doing. Then I'm going to go over these lines with lines that are following the direction of the fabric. So we're establishing that base coat right now. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. 415 people threw that thumb up in the chat. So appreciated. I'll tell you what, everybody. I will find an Etch A Sketch drawing in my office, and I will erase that drawing if we get to 500 likes by 7:30 p.m. It's 7:14, so we got 16 minutes. I'm going to set a timer. 16 minutes. If we get to 500 likes in the next 16 minutes, then I'll find an Etch A Sketch in my office to erase. Okay? I'm not going to be erasing this one. And a lot of people are going to be sad about that because people want to see me destroy this one. But I'll find another one to erase if we get to 500 likes. To inking hair takes a lot of patience, my goodness. I've been sitting on this one for a few sessions already. I try to clock in an hour here, an hour there. You know, Princess, I've actually never seen Hannah Montana. It was a little bit after my time, I feel. But I do like some, I watched Boy Meets World recently, and then I watched Girl Meets World for the first time. Alright, so I've established my base layer of shading here. Find one that isn't that good, or at least one that's, like, beautiful good. I'll let you all vote. I'll bring 2 Etch A Sketches, and you can all vote for which one to erase. But that's only if we get to 500 likes within the next 15 minutes. Thank you, Morgan. You're not a Valley girl. You're Mia and Gia and Ellen. Do I ever get overwhelmed? Yes. This is one of those projects that was like, whew, I've done it before, but it's still overwhelming to think about, like, all of the steps involved. There's just a lot that goes into a project like this. Like, each region of the painting is its own multi-hour endeavor. So now I'm working on this part of the drawing here, so that's where the stylus is. What do I think about the show Charmed? Interesting question, Jackson. So I actually started watching Charmed when it premiered in the US. I actually have a very early diary entry where I mention watching the show Charmed and that my brother thinks it's dumb, but I spelled dumb without the letter D because I was dumb myself. But I liked Charmed. I never finished the series, but I felt like it was groundbreaking for its era. Like, people were going crazy for Charmed when it was first released. A very quintessential 90s show. I have accidentally shaken my drawings. I've knocked them over. That's what's happened. I've knocked them over and they've flipped onto their bellies, which is like the mark of doom for an Etch A Sketch drawing. Your mom loved Charmed to death. I feel like it's a show I would pick up and give it another go, you know? Okay, so now I'm bringing back those lines that I drew over earlier. And I'm here on the dress now, so I'm going to be cleaning up that line there. How did I find out I like doing this? So I started drawing on an Etch A Sketch when I would visit my grandma on weekends, and I was very bored. She wouldn't let me watch TV as much as I wanted to watch TV, so I picked up an Etch A Sketch to kill the time. And I got pretty instantly hooked on it because when I was a young child, I would draw a lot, and I would always have to beg people for more scrap paper. And it turns out with Etch A Sketch, you don't need to ask people for more paper because it's like having an infinite stack of paper. And that to me was revolutionary. It suddenly made me more autonomous in my creating. And it also taught me a weird lesson that I don't think any other toys really teach, which is how to let go. I guess there are other creative toys like Lego, where if you ever want to play with them again, you have to deconstruct what you create. So that was a unique lesson that I really enjoyed learning as a child. No worries, Zombie Stew. Thank you, Miss Circle. To anyone who wants to learn how I do this, you are welcome to check out my YouTube page. I do have a series of tutorial videos. There's a video I have called My Etch A Sketch Story, which really goes in depth. It's a long video. It's like 45 minutes, so you could play it in the background. It talks in depth about how I got into Etch A Sketch, why I got into it, and how I made a career out of it. If you're ever interested, it's a long video, but it's really great for if you like listening to stuff in the background. It's got visuals, but you don't have to look at them. What's up, Nintendo Lunchbox? This is another commission that I'm working on wrapping up. Is it the same as drawing? It has unique limitations, so I don't know if I would say it's the same, but there are a lot of similarities to drawing. To anyone just now joining in, the stylus is right here. I'm working on completing the shading of this region right here on the Etch A Sketch. This is true, Sarah. Thank you so much. I will pin your comment, actually. If we get to 500 likes, I will destroy a drawing in the next 11 minutes. Well, I just did something really stupid for the first time in my life. I tried to close my water bottle on my eyeball while it was open. That actually really hurt. The lid, ow. I just stabbed myself with an incredibly blunt object. Whoops. Good thing you don't need depth perception for Etch A Sketch. Which Dorito bag is the best? I don't really have a preference over which Dorito bag is the best. I mean, Cool Ranch is my favorite type. Yeah. So I don't do videos as requests because those are a lot of work. Like hours and hours of my life work when this is my career. I do take commissions for sloths, so if you're interested in commissions, I think there's a link for ! commissions. Letting go is interesting. My father's an artist and can never part with his paintings. Yeah, it's tough, especially to let go of the things you create. It's so hard to let go of that attachment. You don't have that flavor there in the in Australia? Huh. So I'm just going back and forth with the shading here. And what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually add a bit more shading. Trying to add some tonal range. So tonal range is the range from light to darkness. And by adding some more dark regions, it will really add more tonal range to a piece. So I just added this dark region here because I'm trying to darken it up. Thank you, Elliot. I appreciate it. Many apologies to anyone whose comments I miss. So it really depends on how long. Exclamation point. Do I have a ping for how long does it take? Because I actually made a video that directly addressed that. And I feel like that video is going to like better demonstrate than anything else. Alright, so I'm just gonna like selectively shade certain portions. Like that. And then I can come back in like this. Oh yeah, this is starting to layer really nice. I try to give special attention to each region of the piece. Like that. There is no ping for how long does it take. Exclamation point commands if somebody wants to find the command for it. Maybe, I don't think it's how long, because that's like how long I've been doing this. How long to make, maybe? How long to make. Yeah, because how long does it take might be too long for a normal command. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. Hey, thanks forevermore. And a little more shading here. And I'm trying to do things differently than my last Mona Lisa because each rendition is unique. And I approach it in a unique way. So I'm trying to give it an original approach. Almost at 500 likes. We are at 500 likes with 7 minutes left. All right, we hit 500 likes. Thank you to everybody who liked the stream. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to delete the message. I just meant to unpin it. Sorry, Sarah. All right, we hit 500 likes. So let me grab 2 Etch A Sketches and then you can vote on which one to erase. So just a moment while I grab 2 Etch A Sketches. Alright, this one's going to be a heated erase opportunity. So we've got Deadpool, and we've got Squirt. And here's how it works, everybody. You ready? You get to decide which one to erase. Alright, so you get to choose. We're going to set the timer for 1 minute. Alright, so people with super chats do have the power. Starting a poll. Vote yes or no, everybody. Yes erases Deadpool. No erases Squirt. You get to make your decision. Once the timer ends, I could sell the Deadpool if it survives. Let's get a little bit closer for you. Oh boy. You want to know how to accidentally erase a drawing? That's a good start. Alright. You get to decide which drawing will erase, and once the timer goes off, the decision will be made. I have seen the new movie, Serena. A lot of people want to say goodbye to Deadpool. We got 3 seconds left. Alright, the poll is ending. No super chats were sent. So, the votes stand to erase Deadpool. Alright. Erasing Deadpool in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember that you all made this decision. The yes and no was to vote for which drawing to erase. I had a sign here that specified that yes erases the top and no erases the bottom. He's very Deadpool. Yep, those who voted for him in the Deadpool, you win. Remember, it was your votes. Don't shoot the messenger. Back to your normally scheduled etching and sketching. I have not drawn Wolverine. It's done now. There we go. Gonna get the angle a little bit back to what it was. Thank you, little Terry. I'm not taking requests during the stream, but if you would like to commission future requests, you could drop $10 on my Venmo. I'll say Venmo. And then just email me about what you'd like me to draw. If you want my email, you could just go to my contact page. It's a lot of steps because I'm not taking requests during the stream, so normally I take them via super chats, but today I'm not doing that. Just redraw him or I'm leaving. Goodbye, Spider, because I'm not doing that for you. You think that your presence is so valuable here that you could threaten to make me do free labor for you, or your magnificent presence in an audience of 162 people is going to break my heart if you leave. It's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. Goodbye, Spider. Thank you, Addy Jokes. I appreciate it. To anybody who would like to see me do other things, a lot of people have actually requested certain things on other streams and such. So if a lot of people's requests I've actually created as time-lapse videos. It is the Mona Lisa, yeah. I think that's also on my bingo card when people threaten to leave if I don't make them free art. So I do create commissions. If you'd like to order a permanent commission or a live stream commission, you can check out my Etsy, !Etsy, because I do take requests. If you do it through Etsy, it's I think $11 for a live stream commission. It may be $13. So yes, I would love to. Why do people keep leaving? Because people have different tastes and they come and go when they please. But a lot of people are here right now. The number keeps jumping because people come and go. That's the nature of vertical streaming. That's okay. Nobody's required to stay here. I'm not entitled to anyone's eyeballs. I do my best to put on an interesting show and to have a fun time with people, you know? What happens when I'm done? I'm going to make it permanent afterwards by removing the powder from inside. So I just finished this portion, so now I'm going to actually go over here to this portion. And this part's going to be a little trickier, but first I'm going to clean up some of the lines here. It's looking kind of fuzzy, so I'm going to add some defining lines to really pop that back on. So yeah, I'm not entitled to an audience, and an audience is not entitled to my free labor. But together, I try to put on a fun show, and those who decide that they're entertained are welcome to stay. Right? How often do I practice? Pretty much daily, Luella, because it's actually my career. Okay, so now I'm going to make this. There's a few lines that I'm going to be making here. And it's going to start up here. So I'm just going to define this line a little better. So you're going to see the bottom of that second stripe suddenly becoming a lot more clear. There we go. There is a cleavage line, this is true. And then I'm going to go into the top, same thing. Monkey, you don't have enough money. You don't have enough money to donate for me to erase this drawing. This is a $2,500 commission, and it would cost more than $2,500 for me to erase it because there's a deadline for it that's coming up, so. I will be doing more details in the background eventually. Happy to answer the questions that I happen to catch while I'm looking up at the chat, Luella. I appreciate your kind and courteous demeanor. Do I use a pencil? I do. Give you like 10 minutes? All right, let's see if Monkey, let's see if Monkey delivers. But 500 is not nearly enough. I don't think it's possible to donate enough money on YouTube to actually inspire me to erase this. But I let you all vote for which one to erase earlier, remember? Thank you, Princess. What's my line of work? I am actually quite literally a professional Etch A Sketch artist. This is my line of work, creating Etch A Sketch art. You'll buy a finished piece? Fantastic, Terry. Feel free to check out my public pricing on my Etsy, !Etsy if you haven't been there yet. Otherwise, if you want to just look up my Etsy, it's Princess Etch, and you can see my public rates for the different Etch A Sketch sizes that I have to offer. This one's called the Classic Etch A Sketch, but just the largest size I offer. Am I a full-time YouTuber? Honestly, I am part-time with YouTube, with my streams, and it's more of like a side thing for me. But my literal full-time income is freelance artistry through Etch A Sketch art. So the commissions and the videos that I do for companies like Disney, Cartoon Network, MTV, Netflix, things like that, those are what pay my bills more than live stream or video income from YouTube. So I do YouTube as, you know, a portion of my income, but by no means is it my predominant source of revenue. So I'm about 10 hours in to this drawing, maybe 8 or 9. We've done an hour together so far. Thank you, Princess. Have a good night. Is it hard to get into the industry as an Etch A Sketch artist? Well, you have to learn how to draw in an Etch A Sketch first. That's probably the hardest part. Although then you have to learn how to develop skills in marketing. And a lot of artists in general, they don't like to market. So now I'm shading right here. Let me change the angle a bit so you can get a better look at what I'm doing. So this is where I am right here. I don't often fill in the Etch A Sketch all the way because it's not really profitable for me to do so. I can't really sell commissions of a cleared Etch A Sketch, so I don't really do it very often, but I've done it a few times. Does Etch A Sketch sponsor me? They do not, but I've worked with them. I've been commissioned by Spin Master, who's the company that owns Etch A Sketch, a number of times. How much would I sell you the Mona Lisa Etch A Sketch? Well, this drawing right here was commissioned for $2,500. So, $2,500. Although the next one might cost more money because these take a lot of time for me to do. So it's like a hobby plus a way to pass the time while I work. YouTube, I would say, is like a hybrid between a hobby and a partial source of revenue, but my literal profession is quite literally just Etch A Sketch. It's been my full-time job since June 1st of 2016. I've literally not been employed in any other way since then. And it's my revenue, everybody. This is my job. I have an accountant. I file taxes quarterly with the IRS. I make revenue. This is not like a little side hobby for me as an Etch A Sketch artist. It's quite literally my job. Well, if it's a small mistake, I can cover it up. But if it's a big mistake, I have to start over. You will pay that much, Michaela? Feel free to reach out to me on Etsy. Then I can set up a commission listing for you. I would love to work with people who are interested in ordering their own Mona Lisas. But I'm also able to do other things on Etch A Sketch. I've got a wide portfolio of... if you go to my website... I think if you just do ! website, you can see samples of my work. Thank you, Not Apollo. I appreciate that. And I totally understand that people wouldn't expect somebody to be able to make a living off of this. Like, completely valid, completely understandable. There's not many of us that do. Currently, there are 2 in the world who make a sole income off of Etch A Sketch. I expect this drawing to take at least 20 hours. The last time I drew this, it took around 30 hours, but it was vertical, and that was harder, and it took longer for that reason, because I had to work with a reference photo that was at a 90-degree angle. Thank you so much, Joric. I appreciate that. You'll donate if I restart? Yeah, that's not how it works, Fish God. First off, I never do things for people saying they'll donate after I do something, because there's absolutely no way I can hold you to that. Secondly, you couldn't pay me enough to restart this drawing, so. I'm not taking requests this stream. Were my family and friends skeptical when I went full-time? Yeah, I'll say so. My friends were, people were supportive. I don't think they were necessarily skeptical. I think my family maybe a little more so. It is surprisingly small. This is true. I've seen it actually at the Le Louvre. Liz the person, if you spam that comment, you're gonna get booted. I'm not taking requests this stream, so. I am not familiar with that, Aru. I actually need to look into that. I did not know that there was a replica with eyebrows out there. Can I move it over a bit? I can move so, I don't know which direction you want me to move it, because I can move this light a bit. Okay, we're straight on now. Is that cool? Yes, great question, Freddie. I am over here. So I'm working on shading this region. You're going to see a lot of activity in this corner here. Glad you're enjoying the angle. So I'll be filling in these details eventually too. It was just me laying things out, but fear not, I will be filling those in. How much is it? So this drawing was commissioned for $2,500. And I sure hope that the person who commissioned me enjoys how it turns out. It was an honor to be commissioned to do this drawing once again, especially in the horizontal aspect ratio. Thank you, Avalon, for taking care of whatever spams were happening there. You're taking notes, Terry? Hey! Appreciated. Yeah, if you spam too much, you do get, I might have to turn on slow chat, so we don't want to have to turn on slow chat if we don't have to. It was a contemporary replica made by an apprentice of Da Vinci's, and she's known for her eyebrows because, she has them. I heard, it was, I think, Laura earlier that mentioned that the original Mona Lisa actually did have eyebrows, but they were somehow, faded off. I actually was not aware of that. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. It's never been restored, so yeah. Interesting. When did I start my art career? June 1st, 2016 was the first day that I went full-time. I'm going to be working on this shading right here now, so I'm going to be traveling up to this triangle of information here. So you'll notice the little stylus right here, chugging along. It looks like a little white spot. Oops. So that's going to be chugging along, just like so. Do, 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 do. Whoopsies. There we go. Alright, and now I'm where I want to be. So I'm going to start at the left and just look at the information before me and add as I go. Thank you, Anthony. How's my day been so far? Pretty good. And thank you, Hood. I appreciate it. Oh, I said, good question, Kylo. I said stylus. Great question. So a stylus is like similar to like a stylus on a tablet pen or something. That's what's scraping the powder off the screen. So this little tiny dot, I think this is where I left it off. It's actually what's etching the image onto the screen. Do I ever have bad days? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you what. I am very much a full spectrum of human. Even with Etch A Sketch, I have bad days. I have days where I just can't nail it right, you know, and the drawing just doesn't work out. There's no way I made that on that. It's true. Okay, so I'm... There's kind of a darker region here. There we go. This area is really dark, so I'm going to emphasize that. I'm looking at a reference photo off camera that's like the original painting. I think a lot of people are kind of tripped out by the... When I hold the photo at this angle, it looks kind of... Does that help? Like, I'll be adding additional shading on the chin to add definition, but a lot of people are saying she kind of looks wider. And I can understand that perspective right now. Alright. So I don't want to do shading on the chest because if you look at this reference photo, it's very bright here. So I don't really want to add, like with Etch A Sketch, you can't subtract. You can only add. So I can't go back if I add any shading there, and I don't really plan to. That's exciting, Avalon. Yes, I will, Jorik. Great question. I will be adding all the shading that you're seeing here. Eventually in those regions as well. You think you have the same keyboard as me? Is it what brand is this? Name the brand of your keyboard and I'll see if it's the same as mine. It's a common brand. It's been a good keyboard for me. Have you ever had a customer just let you free draw for their order? Yes. But I have approval with a reference image that I draw with pencil and paper before proceeding with the final drawing. So yes, I would say so. And Razer, thank you, Kylo. Yes, it's a Razer keyboard. I appreciate that. It is a Razer keyboard. I bought it at Micro Center. I wasn't super picky about keyboards because I'm pretty abusive to them. I put a lot of wear and tear on my keyboards because I have nails that are really strong. Yeah, I added just a little tick there. A teeny tiny little tick where the cleavage is, but it's hard on an Etch A Sketch to do lines. Like, that's one of the reasons why you see this shape here, because I'm drawing, like, around that area to get to the mouth, which is not connected to the nose. I do like fish. Yeah, I agree, Terry. I think in time things will start coming together more as I add more details, but this is very much a work in progress. I'm gonna actually do something a little counterintuitive and add a couple extra layers of shading here. And then I'm gonna go over it. This is like the fastest I've etched all stream. Because I want to darken this area more. And sometimes it helps to layer like that. And now I could go on top and kind of fill in more. There we go. Yeah. Don't rush. Oh, don't worry. That wasn't rushing by any means. That was me just doing some very rote, methodical shading there. That was autopilot. There we go. Because now I'm doing this part on top. Just like so. And you'll see some of those under layers peeking through when I selectively leave some areas unshaded in the second layer. There we go. Yeah, it's starting to come together more, huh? It really depends on the subject matter, not Apollo. But did anyone ever figure out the command for how long? One second. I'm gonna go into my commands. One second. Because I know I have a command that I think will really properly demonstrate how long something takes. Let me just find the link. How long to make. Alright. Here we go. And yeah, what's up, Brandon? There we go. There's the link. If you look up how long does it take, I think that's like the name of the video. Let me click on the video to see. It's how long does an Etch A Sketch drawing take? There we go. Because it's one of my most frequently asked questions, and I totally understand why people. So unfortunately, it's how long to make then versus how long, because how long is how long have I been doing this? Does it always draw when moving, or is there a way to skip a spot? Great question, Vortex. It is a one-line medium, so there's no way to pick up and move to a different spot. Excellent question. So this is where I am for anybody joining in, and welcome, Brandon. Nice to see you here. Links don't work on mobile. What's up, Brandon? You're the MVP of the stream with the top donation today. Links don't work on mobile. Oh, it's such a shame that they've like disabled that. So it works on my end, but are you on an Apple phone? Are you on an iPhone, Apollo? For those of you where the links don't work, let me know if you're on an iPhone, because on Android, it does work for me. And I have a feeling this is a new iPhone feature. Yeah, so... yeah. Thank you again, Brandon. So for anyone who's been having issues with links, if you have an iPhone, yeah, it's an iPhone thing. That's so shame. If you can copy paste the link though, it should work. Thank you, user. I appreciate that. Okay, so I'm going to work a little bit more on shading over here because I feel like I'm really trying to make more sense of this region, so let's actually shade it. And then I could really kind of blend that in. Look at that. There we go. And I really want to show... There's kind of like this angle happening here, and the hair kind of comes in. And then it comes in over here. There we go. And then there's more hair that comes down this way. There we go. When did I start this piece? Around a week ago. You can't copy an iPhone either? Oh, geez. How much would an undo button benefit this work? It sure would. Having an undo button would make Etch A Sketching a lot easier. Great question, Jesse. I go live traditionally around 6 p.m. Eastern, although lately it's been a little bit later, around 6:30. If you would like to be informed about the next time I go live on any given platform, I highly encourage you to join my Discord, !Discord for more information. And it's also a cool community. Diabolical Glass of Water says this is worthless. I got paid $25. Well, actually $2,500 for this worthless piece of art. What? I've had my art in Netflix movies. I guess that's worthless. I've been on Modern Marvels. I guess that's useless. Ah, now we got the just kidding. We got a Schrodinger's douchebag in the chat. Someone who says it was just a joke after they get called out, baby. Oh, you love to see it. Thank you, Sophie. How long did this take you? I'm probably around 9 to 10 hours into it. So I'm gonna work on some of the hair here, up here. All right. So I'm just going up the scalp. You said that way before? I don't know, it showed up after I said it, so you could stay mad. Thank you, Norris. Have I ever had to scrap a piece because of a mistake? Yes. Or I've had to scrap a piece because the quality of the Etch A Sketch was subpar and I couldn't work with it anymore. Thankfully, this Etch A Sketch is really working well. Let's see. I want to draw like one line here. Alright. Taking it slow. Yeah, Aru. Okay. And her hair is surprisingly straight at the top of her head, but I think it's more the shading of the veil that she's wearing. Like, I think all of her hair is pretty curvy, or curly. But the actual shading is, I have crazy fingers. I don't know, maybe. There's a lot of tension in these Etch A Sketch knobs. So I'm going to be using a more traditional kind of straight curve shape for that. The hardest liner shape to do, I always tell people if you can master the circle, you could pretty much do anything on Etch A Sketch if you've got that foundational skill. So I encourage people to master the circle. And if you ever want to learn how to draw a circle, I actually have a video on my YouTube. Just look up how to Etch A Sketch a circle and you'll find my video. So I'm just taking it nice and slow, and it's going to look a little bumpy, and that's okay. That's part of what makes Etch A Sketch Etch A Sketch. And the more lines I add, the more it will make sense. Where am I on this? Great question. The stylus is currently right here on the hair. And I'm sorry that my reference photo is off center. I bet that bothered a few people. There we go. So this is where I am, right there. Have I mastered a circle? I'll say I've mastered a circle. But I think I can only draw it well from one direction. If I try to draw, so if I draw a circle, I think I always do it clockwise, but I don't think I ever do it counterclockwise. Yeah, it's very difficult to tell she's wearing a veil. And most photos that I see of the Mona Lisa are so dark, it's so hard to make out what's happening, so I always have to, like, read. And you can tell it's a veil right here. That's like some of the portions of the veil. Yeah, the more you learn, right? When you make a joke about someone, you don't know what that person's mental well-being is. Have to be careful. I think that goes both ways. I feel like if you're gonna dish it out, then you gotta take it too. Yeah, I don't go out of my way to be mean to people unprovoked. Oh, thank you, Peter. I appreciate that. Or Petter. I apologize if I said your display name wrong. I have bumped into pieces and lost portions of them before. Thankfully, it's been a while, but it hasn't been known to happen. No one cared about the replica at all. Thank you, imposter. No, I'm happy to answer that question, Not Apollo. It's a great question, actually. I have my slow seasons and my busy seasons. This year has been a really good year for me. I've been pretty busy. I've got a queue of drawings to mail out, probably 10 to 12. And I have a current queue of commissioned work that is 2 pieces. And then I have an event on my calendar. But I've definitely had very slow seasons where I don't have anything on my calendar, and usually I stream more. I stream more, or I advertise more, I market my art more to get customers in the door. Some way it's making you sleep. Hey! Happy to provide a relaxing environment for you to fall asleep to. Thank you, Dolly. I appreciate it. So I'm just going up slowly, for anyone wondering where I am. Taking it line by line. It's all one line, actually, so that phrase is kind of technically incorrect. I sure did. Why? More shows, Comic-Cons. I do need to go. I do need to go to more shows. It's been a few years since my last Comic-Con. That was 2020. Right before everything shut down. It was February. It was the weekend of Leap Day. Thank you, Nadia. I appreciate it. I also love when people like Sue, who just got their message deleted by Laura. I like when people say no one cares and they manage to misspell it. But it's so funny to me because if that were actually true, there would be 0 people in this room. And we have 118 awesome people watching right now. So thank you to the 118 of you for caring enough to join the stream. You didn't have to do that. And it's an honor that you choose to spend that time with me. So this took around... We got Howlug. So I've been working on this for probably around 8 or 9 hours at this point. It's honestly an estimate. I haven't been timing it. Been taking it slowly. You're gonna make a drawing of the last meal? Oh my gosh, that's gonna take so long. Thank you, YM. I appreciate that. I'm very grateful to say that I've been able to make a career out of this. And if anybody is interested in seeing more of my Etch A Sketch videos and more of my streams, I encourage you to subscribe here on YouTube. And if you're enjoying the stream, a wonderful and free way to show your support today is by double tapping that screen. Thank you, Anne. There we go. And yeah, Howlug. It looks like she's got a baseball cap on. That would be a unique iteration of the classic painting, that's for sure. Alright. Yeah, it helps that there's the reference photo above so people can directly compare. And I'm looking at that as a scale reference, and then I'm looking up at my monitor. So up here, I've got, this is how I'm reading the chat, everybody. That's the live chat. But this is where I'm looking at, like, very zoomed in. Aggressively zoomed in. Hey, what's up, Lapa? Thanks for joining in. Great question, Nat Apollo. It's something that I was naturally inclined to do as a child, and I just kept at it. I feel so fortunate that I stumbled into doing this for a living. I started when I was 4, and I never stopped. So I'm that one person that kind of always sort of knew what they wanted to do. But in high school, I actually thought I was going to go into a career in math. I was planning to attend Michigan State for applied mathematics. I was already enrolled and decided to pull out of enrollment at Michigan State to go to art school instead. To think of the life I'd be leading otherwise. I have never ridden a dirt bike, but my dad was going to teach me, and for a series of major life circumstances, he never taught me. You're just watching some lives? And you scroll to this one, your draw job. Thank you, Abigail. I'm so glad that this stream inspired you to click through. Yeah, very good decision. Very happy. Thank you, Nicole. Great question. When it comes to original work, yes, that is true, Aru. So I will, for original work, usually create a 1-to-1 scale reference photo, but there are exceptions. Let me show you an exception. This one, I have a sticker of it, so I can just pull the sticker out and show you. So this one here was created from my brain. It was just, I was sitting at a park with my niece, and for about an hour or so, I just worked on creating this Etch A Sketch drawing, and it just came out of my brain. There was no planning, there was nothing. I saved myself from stress. This is probably true, Toby. So that's an example of something that I just created from thin air, basically. But I do also create art that I have to, and by the way, for anyone joining in, this is where the stylus is. I'm working on the hair. There are times where I do a 1-to-1 scale reference photo. You shook the phone, you had an Etch A Sketch in your hand. Thank you, everybody. If anyone's interested in ordering any stickers, I'll tell you what, if you order a sticker today, you'll get a free sticker as a bonus. Just put put in your order which sticker you'd like, and I can include it in your order. But if you do that, it's on Etsy, !Etsy, if you want to order a sticker. Thank you, Jasmine. What % of the way done am I right now? Great question. I would say about 30. Because there's a lot of additional layers that I have to do, and then I have to do all of the background. So around 30, 35. Haha, no worries, Jeet Man. There we go. And I'm slowly climbing back up the hair. Thank you, Dolly. Ha! Ethan, if you're interested, I would love to put a freestyle box together for you. Would you want like a freestyle drawing, or just like me throwing a bunch of fun merch together for you? Feel free to elaborate. Because I could make that happen, a mystery box. It would be an honor. In fact, I would give you like twice your value for whatever you spend, because I'm about to move soon, so. Oh, thank you, YM. Well, I'm very grateful to say that I got that silver play button. So we got 100K thanks to the awesome support of people who watched a lot of my short forms. Welcome back, Kylo. It does take a long time. I'm hoping to make a lot of progress this weekend. Probably gonna log in another 10 hours or so. Very interesting question, Mungbean. I don't really feel like there's anything that I've personally felt. There actually is a product that was a Kickstarter project in 2012 called the Etcher, and it was an Etch A Sketch for the iPad, and it was meant to replicate the experience of Etch A Sketching. It was a peripheral you would slide your iPad into, and it had the knobs and the red frame. And it was going to be, unfortunately it didn't get funded, so it never came to fruition, but boy, do I wish it did. If I was able to, if I could turn back time, I would have donated a lot more money to it. Oh, you're very sweet, YM. Thank you. Ooh, I personally don't. Not Apollo. I don't intentionally shake my art to create a more rough look, just because it's a little bit not my style. But there are other Etch A Sketch artists who intentionally employ shaking as a part of their process to create additional layers. There have been a few occasions where I have worked with fading, but it has more to do with the preservation process, so. I'm a little confused by your message, Nintendo Lunchbox. Feel free to, I don't know what that word means that you shared in your comment, Nintendo Lunchbox. You have to spend the next 2.5 hours at your car service. Oh no. You're getting your car worked on right now, Avalon? Welcome, welcome, Scribble Hamster. To anyone just now joining in, I'm working on the hair. This is where I am. You hand carve wood spirit birdhouses. That sounds really cool, actually. Oh, peripheral. Ah, that makes a lot more sense, peripheral. Let me see if I can read the message. How would that peripheral work controller-wise? It functioned. There were working prototypes for it. And I don't know, I don't understand completely how it worked, but if you look up iPad Etcher Kickstarter, you can see the video that was made on it. It's really fascinating. I'm really unfortunate it didn't get full funding, but I know that it had a pretty lofty goal, especially for 2012. Oh, I feel some unique resistance from the Etch A Sketch right now. Sometimes the knobs will, like, there'll be, like, specific points of resistance. And it'll cause the line to do, like, a little skip. And it's because there's some sort of unique point on the glass where the strings that are controlling the axes that control the stylus are like locking up. So I just need to take those areas super slow. I can't read the chat for a moment while I focus so I don't mess that up. There we go. Okay, so now I have this little piece to do left. Thank you, Crystal Robot. When do I think I mastered the Etch A Sketch? Whew. In some ways, I feel like I'll never be a master. But I feel like I've gotten to a professional level of proficiency. I mean, by the time I was in high school, I was making some pretty detailed work. But I look at that work and I feel like it's so bad compared to what I do these days. So I feel like there's always room for improvement. I'm a little reticent about using the word master because I feel like there's still so much room to grow. And I think that the number one way that... Ooh, I just put a little line there. I didn't want to put that there. Let's see if I could clean that up. A little bit. Not much, though. Oof. That's what I meant about that knob jitter. That was a little mistake I made. It's microscopic, but I see it. Well, you know, even in this surprisingly niche universe of Etch A Sketch artistry, you'd be shocked to see how good people are. There's an artist that I'll recommend all of you check out. I'm gonna type him in the name. Look him up, and you'll see how his work is. Look him up, and your jaw will drop. His work is crazy. You know what's funny, Die Brutally, is that in this one, I think she's actually happier than the last iteration I did. I think I captured her smile better than I did in the previous Mona Lisa I did. Yeah, so if you look him up, that's the name. He's considered in a lot of ways like the top Etch A Sketch artist, and I understand why. He'll spend 80 plus hours on a single piece. And don't get me wrong, his work is amazing, but we're different people. We're different people, and people have different tastes, and I'm very proud of the work that I put out. I don't necessarily aspire to be George, because despite the fact that his work is incredibly stellar, I'm proud of what I make. I only aspire to be myself, and I aspire to continue improving and elevating my work to the best levels that I can. So, that's all I can do. Oh, thank you, Genesis. His talent is insane, right, Jesse? He's aspire to inspire. I love that, Ethan. Took Da Vinci 2 years to get her smile right. Holy cow. Even the masters struggle. I wonder if he would have considered himself a master. I feel like the only people who can be considered masters are those for whom others give the title of master. Like, if you call... enough people have to call you a master for you to become one. I don't know if anyone's allowed to dub themselves a master at anything. I feel like it's a title that's only bequeathed. I did not know that, Nintendo Lunchbox. I'm getting there. Well, I still have the background to do, but lots of progress has been made today. It's been lovely to spend time with all of you. Kyle's on his way home right now. It'll still be a while because he's flying home. Whoa! I love that, Brandon. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna pin this. Can I pin this? I don't know how to pin it, actually. Thank you so much, Brandon. I love that. If we get to 1,000 likes, can we get Elisa Simpson as Mona Lisa? Absolutely. Thank you, Brandon. Drop some W's in the chat. Make sure to double tap that screen if you'd like to see that. In fact, if somebody could write that message, 1,000 likes. Actually, I can do it. Here we go. I can make that happen. And then I can pin my own. Alright, and then I will... There we go. Haha. This is true, Taylor. Brandon is subscribed to me. Also, excellent question, not Apollo. The art is permanent, so there are pieces that other Etch A Sketch artists have preserved as early as the 70s and the 80s, and they still look stellar. So once you preserve these drawings, as long as you're not throwing them like a frisbee, you should be fine. Oh, thank you, Ethan. I think it's just the clickety-clack of the the keys on the keyboard. I'm glad it sounds elegant. Thank you, Raymond, for subscribing. The Mona Lisa was actually never finished because of... Is that true, Petter? I feel like I'm learning a lot about the Mona Lisa tonight. Do I take a pic or erase? I do both. Well, actually, I take a pic and then I make it permanent from there. So if you want to learn how to make it permanent and you don't have an iPhone, exclamation point permanent. If you do have an iPhone, just look up how I make my Etch A Sketch art permanent on YouTube. Oh, I just realized I forgot to put the reference photo back. See how beat up my keyboard is? It's because my nails scratch all the letters away. There we go. Yes, Mel time. My back, my hands rarely hurt. Rarely, but the fingers can hurt if I do like 6 hours of just insane Etch A Sketching. But my back certainly can. And my shoulders and my elbows, I usually use like pillows to rest my arms on so that, I think I'm a little worried about getting cubital tunnel or ulnar neuropathy. I guess my dad used to have it. I learned about that recently, so. Great question, Aru. So my philosophy when it comes to keyboards is I need it to function well, but I treat it like a workhorse because I type on it daily. So I'm actually very intentionally not precious with my keyboard because I want a tool that I could use constantly without worrying about being any degree of precious with it. If I were to get a more nice keyboard, I wouldn't mind that it would take more time for the keycaps to fade, but I cared most about the ergonomic feel and the tactility of the responsiveness of the keyboard more than its visual, more than any of its like aesthetic, I should say. Thank you, Roughneck. Thank you, Apollo, for joining the stream tonight. Would love to see some of you in another stream. In future streams, you're going to see me working a lot more quickly on the smaller Etch A Sketches, so you could see a drawing from start to finish. What? Flash dropping 5 gift subs? What? Love it. Thank you, Flash, for the amazing gift to the community. For those of you who would like to receive subscription gifts in the future, exclamation point, I think exclamation point gift teaches you how to be able to accept gift memberships. You have to turn on the feature. You're close to finishing your cross stitch, Victoria? You've been making such good progress on it. Thank you so much for that amazing gift. And make sure to double tap the screen if you want to get us to 1,000 likes. You'll all be very pleased to know that I made a dinner last night that took me like 2.5 hours to make, but it made 6 servings. So I'm going to be eating leftovers tonight, which means that I won't have to go to cook dinner, but I will eventually have to go when Kyle gets home from his work trip. Oh, thank you, Jesse. I'm very grateful to say it's briefly been in art museums. There we go. There's the, yes, correct, Aru. So that teaches you how to opt in to receive gift channel memberships, and hopefully it still works. Now that might be just desktop notifications though, so I do apologize if it doesn't translate to mobile. But if you're trying to learn how to be able to accept gift subscriptions on mobile, I believe that there are some settings you could toggle elsewhere. I have drawn musicians. The last one that I remember drawing as of recent, I did a Bruce Springsteen commission over the holidays last year, and I never shared pictures of it, but I'm really proud of how it turned out. You guys want to see it? I'll show you the Bruce Springsteen. I'm going to pull up a pic. Did I never... Never mind, I can't pull them up because I never took them off my SD card. I did the drawing, but I never took them off my SD card. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tease you all. If somebody wants to remind me to show you the Bruce Springsteen, feel free to let me know on the Discord, alright? Let me know on the Discord and I can share it there, but you gotta let me know on the Discord. Preppy Sophia, that's amazing. To Colton, I actually am doing this as a commission, so... If you ever wanted a commissioned Mona Lisa, then this one was $2,500. I'll have to think about how much I would charge if I ever did another one of these. This is my first one on the classic or large size Etch A Sketch that is in the landscape orientation. I've done one other that was in the portrait or vertical orientation. That one I charged even more for because of the time it took to make it. So, how did I get into Etch A Sketch? Boredom. I would visit my grandma on the weekend, and because I was so bored, I picked up an Etch A Sketch to fend off the boredom. And the more I practiced, the better I got. If I had life my way, I would have watched TV instead, because that's what my grandma wouldn't let me do. So that's why I was bored. So I guess kudos to Grandma for letting me sit in my boredom. I think it's very important, and this is something that I don't do enough as an adult, but I think it's important for humans to sit in boredom. I think it's healthy. I think that's why a lot of people meditate. It's a very healthy practice. Alright, I'm finally going to get to this portion of the hair. So, from this reference photo, you can see it's a little bit lighter in a region, just ever so moderately lighter. It's very faint, but I'm going to try to honor that in the final piece. Great question, Avalon. I think I'm going to wrap it up in a little bit. We're at 700 likes, so thank you everybody for double tapping that screen. So I'm actually going to set a timer for, I'm going to say 15 minutes because I'm starting to feel it a little bit. And by no means is this piece complete, but I do eventually have to sign off because I'm getting a little bit tired. The only reason why Mona Lisa feels underwhelming is because she's way overrepresented. Any artwork goes banned. Yeah. Seeing her in person feels surreal, though. I'm very fortunate that I got to see her in person. I think I could show a picture of the first time I saw the Mona Lisa. Let's see. I think I can show... If I go to my Paris folder... Yeah, I bet I have a good picture I could show. Here it is. It's gonna look ridiculous because it is ridiculous. I'll show you the first time I ever saw the Mona Lisa. That's me. There's the Mona Lisa. Ah! It's very hard to get a picture. That's my Mona Lisa selfie, baby. Where do you double tap? I think anywhere on the main screen, Genesis. Great question. So you probably already liked the stream if double tapping doesn't do anything anymore. Oh, that's amazing, Aru. Yeah, there was a queue when I went, so I just took a far away selfie. And then I went to see it. I have another one where I like give it a thumbs up. But thank you, Vortex. I appreciate it. Thank you, Ethan. That was when I went. That photo's a decade old. It's so crazy to say that. That was in 2014 when I went to Paris the first time. I went again in 2017. Well, you'll see what I look like at the end of the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna set a timer for 15 more minutes. Sorry for all the beeps. Okay, 15 more minutes on the timer. When the timer goes off, I'm probably gonna wrap it up and say some final words. Flip the camera around, introduce you to me. So. All right. Oh, thank you, Paul. There we go. This has been quite a wild stream tonight, everybody. You've all been really amazing in your support and lots of interesting, attentive questions. I appreciate the curiosity about my career and the art that I create. And it's certainly been a lovely time spending hanging out with all of you. Thank you, Lupita. No worries, Paul. To anybody who would like to be informed about future live streams when they go live, I highly encourage you to join my Discord. It's a cool place full of cool people, and it's also the #1 place to get informed about when I go live, when I post new videos, when I host special Discord-specific discounts and special sales and all that good stuff. The Mona Lisa's smile is legendary. I feel like I've drawn the Mona Lisa a few times, and every time I've drawn the Mona Lisa, her smile's different. Every time I draw it. Thank you, Angela. What's up, Thousand Shards? So to anybody who is, by the way, if you're just now joining in, this is where the stylus is. If you're just now joining in, I am working on completing this Etch A Sketch drawing. I'm probably around, I'm gonna say 30 way through. I played Call of Duty once. You've never been to the Louvre! So, it's worth the trip if you're in Paris, I'll tell you what. I've been to the Louvre both times I went to Paris. And then the second time I went to Paris, I got to go to the Musée d'Orsay, which was really cool because it has a lot of like more contemporary impressionist pieces. And I think Kyle enjoyed that one more too. We went to the Louvre very briefly, and I got a really cool photo of me alone with Winged Victory. It was incredibly brief, but it was really special to me because when I first went to the Louvre in 2014, Winged Victory was being renovated, so it was not on display. So it was very special to be able to revisit the museum and see the original statue on display. The replicas artist was given directions specifically by Da Vinci. Wow. And it still didn't turn out the same. Truly a mystifying piece if there ever was one. Yeah, her hair is tricky on top. I encourage you to go to the Louvre. That's very kind of you to offer, Darius. Now that you've recommended it, you've got until 7 minutes on this timer to follow through. Otherwise, you're going to get muted. I don't like when people don't hold to their word. A lot of people will join my stream and say, I'm gonna send you $500, and then they don't. So I have a no tolerance policy for people offering me money and then not doing it. When you take breaks during a drawing, how do you remember where the stylus is? I often forget Avalon, and then I have to like even now I look down and I'm able to see it because there's a lot that's removed from the screen so I can see the stylus more easily, but I usually have to like ever so moderately turn the knob, just very slightly tweak it so that I can find where the stylus is. Definitely depends though. Yeah, I don't plan to erase this drawing, so there's no amount of money somebody can offer. Okay. I think I'm feeling pretty good. And then I'm gonna darken some of these lines by adding more layers. Like so. We've made so much progress today. My favorite art piece at the Louvre. There was the beautiful, I'll show you. I mean, Winged Victory is one of my faves, but there's the statue of like the two angels. That one was pretty incredible. The rooms were like my favorite. Just walking into a new room and being like, I'm in a literal palace right now. I'm trying to find... There were some pretty famous pieces there that I was pretty jazzed to see, but I'm trying to find a picture of... I think I'm gonna say Winged Victory is ultimately my favorite piece at the Louvre. It's just such a beautiful statue. Alright, let me find where I was. I have played Minecraft, yes. It's totally cool, Aru. It's very interesting to learn. Is that at the Louvre? That might be at Musée d'Orsay, Alora, because I think that where's my stylus? See, I forgot where it was. I looked down. Oh, here we are. Because I think all the Van Goghs are in the Musée d'Orsay. So it might be... Yeah, it might be there. There we go. There we go. And then I'm gonna do some shading here. I'm kind of cross-referencing my old Etch A Sketch drawing to see like how I solved some of these visual problems before, to get an idea of like how I should tackle. Like, see, I've got... This is a vertical Etch A Sketch drawing I did, and I'm just studying what I did there, and then looking at the reference photo here. Thank you, All House Lover. The Mona Lisa receives fan mail every year? That's so adorable, Vortex. That's a line that I use to connect with the shading, but a lot of people are pretty distracted by those chin lines, huh? No worries, Alora. I've always wanted to go to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. It's on my bucket list. Alright, so now I'm over here, for anyone curious. We got 6 minutes and 36 seconds left. I did not get $1,000. Where was that person? We're getting a timeout. Where did they say $1,000? I'm looking for the $1,000 comment. You're getting a timeout. There we go. Thank you, Jesse. Your dad is adamant that his favorite is the Sabines. I don't remember the Sabines. That's so cool. Yeah, I've only ever... The first time I went to the Louvre, I went alone, and I actually felt very lonely. I spent 6 hours at the Louvre, And I heard an English-speaking tour group, and I almost joined them because I was so desperate for community by that point. I'd spent like my whole week in Paris alone, and I was feeling very like existentially lonely, experiencing some of the coolest things I ever felt like seen in my life, and I had no one to share them with. So I was feeling this like strange dichotomy of supreme contentedness and gratitude that I was experiencing this incredible thing because I was showing my art in Paris, but then at the same time I was also experiencing a profound loneliness from being the only person I knew in an entire continent. And also having a language barrier. Aw, you're so sweet, Alora. Yeah, it was a unique dichotomy of feelings. You would so enjoy the alone time. I certainly enjoyed a fair amount of it, but I think that what made it difficult was the fact that I'd been there all week and was struggling to connect with people, and I loved seeing everything. It was amazing. It was really a coming of age whirlwind trip experience, but I wasn't even able to call people because this was before I had a smartphone, and I would use the Wi-Fi at the hostel I was staying at, and I was just kind of doing my best to keep in touch with people when I had access to Wi-Fi. Otherwise, I was completely disconnected from the world. I couldn't check messages. I didn't have a phone that could get emails or text messages because I was in a different continent and I wasn't on an international phone plan. So I was pretty off the grid as far as like international travel goes. And it was very isolating. But it was a unique experience, and I'm grateful to have had it. I do like capybaras. Were there dogs? It's weird you asked that question, Ethan, because I don't remember any dogs when I was in Paris. How did I find the Parisian people? They were very lecherous. I had a man try to get my hotel room key. So that was pretty classy. I've had, but they were, I mean, there was that, but there was also, people were okay. A lot of people were very helpful toward me. I think it helped that I was alone. People were very upset that I did not speak French fluently. That was a big sticking point with a lot of Parisians, and I did not know I was going to Paris until 2 months before my trip, so I kind of crash coursed basic French. Thank you to everybody leaving your lovely comments in the stream. Now I'm over here, and I'm just gonna fill in. Just looking at the reference photo. There's like another curve here. Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like when you don't know French fluently. Here's my thing. I don't know. It's very hard to speak about this from an outsider's perspective. I understand for many people in the world, Paris is their home. It's where they were born and raised. But for a lot of Parisians, especially if you're not from Paris, I don't understand why you would move to Paris if you hate tourists so much. Like, that just seems like you're asking for frustration. Ha! If you hear the timer go off, you don't. We got a minute left on the timer, everybody. You used to go to Paris often because your dad went there regularly for work. He had a foolproof method for knowing if someone was born and raised in Paris. What was the foolproof method, Aru? Yeah, we're gonna get rid of Spider, because they're being a little bit too obnoxious with their comments. I took care of it, everybody. If someone was nice, he'd ask where they were from, and without fail, they mentioned other places in France. This is kind of wild. You first met me? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Soul. You're a true OG. You're probably the oldest, like, you're probably the person who's known me by far the longest. If you met me on Gaia Online, holy moly. What a blast from the past. Lovely to see you here. I'm so grateful you remembered me. That username is vaguely familiar. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna pause the harpsichord music. There we go. Oh, I never went to visit Van Gogh's grave before. That's amazing. Wow, that is so cool, Soul. All right. Alas, the timer has timed out. I'm gonna flip the camera, say some final words, everybody. Let's get a nice zoom in. There we go. Get a really close look at the progress made today. So when I started the stream, I don't think any of the hair up here was done. There was only a little bit here. We got a lot going on here. We shaded down here and over here. So lots of progress in just 2 hours. Very happy about that. The timer was for me to wrap up the stream. Alas, it's been a nice 2-hour stream, everybody, but I think I'm going to be, she's kind of looking Byzantine. But I think I'm going to wrap things up and say some final words. So, hello, everyone. It is I, the person who's been drawing for all of you tonight. My name is Jane. I go by Princess Etch, and it's so lovely to meet you almost face-to-face, face-to-screen. If you enjoyed tonight's stream, it would mean the world to me if you considered joining my Discord or subscribing to me on YouTube. If you'd like to join the Discord, !Discord for more information. Highly recommend. It's a cool place full of cool people, and it's the #1 place for you to be informed about when I go live next and all that good stuff. So thank you, Vortex. I appreciate it. Thank you for the sweet compliments, everybody. So I am going to sign out for now. I'm going to go make myself some heated up leftovers and call Kyle now that he landed. So he's on his way home right now. So thank you, everybody, for your kind words. And if you would like to have a drawing done on a future stream, I highly encourage you once again to subscribe, all that good stuff. So, oh, you're so sweet, Ethan. All right, everybody. Final words. If you have any final questions, comments, concerns, hostilities, frustrations, I'll stick around for a few minutes more just to answer some final comments. I'm not doing drawing requests on today's stream because I am going to head out. It's been a lovely 2 hours that I got to spend with all of you, and I'm thrilled that you all enjoyed watching me work on a long form drawing. Honestly, I wasn't really expecting to get the kind of response that I did today. I always kind of had this assumption that nobody wants to watch the long, slow drawing. So it teaches me a lot. I'm very grateful that a lot of you enjoyed witnessing the full drawing experience today. So I would love to see that. Is it Petter or Peter? Feel free to let me know which one you prefer. But if you join my Discord, you could share the link in. There's a whole art channel there that you could share your art in, and we would love to see it there. So thanks for the compliment on the necklace. There's a banana for scale on it. It's a little hard to see. There we go. Banana for scale. So, all right, everybody. I think I'll leave it at that. My water bottle's empty, so I want to refill my water bottle. But take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day and night wherever you happen to be in the world. And as always, each and every one of you could be anywhere on the internet. It is the World Wide Web after all. And you've chosen to spend this time with me, which I never want to take for granted. So thank you so much for giving me that time. It means the world to me. And I hope that you will continue to honor me with your presence on future streams. Thank you for the 756 likes. It's probably pointing in this direction for all of you. So thank you for the 756 double screen taps. It's so sincerely appreciated. And thank you so much to my lovely donors today. Brandon Stews and Flash are the top 2 donors today for the gifted subs and for the top what's it called, super chat. There we go. So okay, I think that's everything. I'm reading some comments above here. And love from Spain. Oh, you're from Spain, Aru. Oh, gosh, I feel like that could have been an entirely separate conversation. I had the fortune of visiting Barcelona in 2018, and I would love to go back to Spain. It's the top destination I would love to revisit. So, hello, Jay Friars. You're joining right at the end of the stream, but thank you. Wow, love from Pakistan. My goodness, quite a distance away. All right, everybody. I'll see you all hopefully next time, probably around 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Thank you again for your amazing patience, for your amazing comments and curiosity. Keep living life curious, everyone.